Today I'm going to show you how to make lotion at home. Making your own lotion is much easier than you might think it is. It's just 5 ingredients and a little bit of time, but it is so much cheaper than buying the lotion at the store. Plus the product you get is so silkier, much smoother on your skin, and you know exactly what ingredients go into it. So if you want to make lotion yourself, just watch this video and I will show you step by step how to do that and make you feel confident to try this on your own. So I'm going to show you the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need some emulsifying wax. There's several different kinds. You can buy it on Amazon, but without the emulsifying wax, your water and your oils will not bind together. I'm going to use cocoa butter in this one. I have mango butter. You can use shea butter, any butter you choose. I'm going to use almond oil. If you have a different oil you prefer on your skin, go ahead and use that. You can just change it out. This is the Cetyl alcohol. Some people don't use it, but I do because it gives a lot better texture. That makes the lotion feel better when it goes on your skin. And for a preservative, I'm going to be using Optiphen. You'll have to have a preservative or it won't last but 2 to 3 weeks. I'm going to use vegetable glycerin in my water phase, and this will just help retain moisture in your skin. So the first thing we want to do is to get our ingredients and get them weighed out. So you'll need a scale, and this is where I'm going to put my ingredients. If you have a measuring cup or whatever you're going to use to warm your ingredients on the double boiler, you can use this. So the first one we're going to measure out will be our emulsifying wax. I need 23 grams. There, 23 grams. So we're good on that one. Now I'm going to get my almond oil. The liquid oils are going to be 45 grams. Alright, 45 grams of the almond oil. And our next one is going to be our cocoa butter. So we're going to zero out the scale. And the cocoa butter is 57 grams. Now I'm afraid if I start putting it in here that I may mess it up. So I'm going to get a little paper cup and measure out my 57 grams this way. And then I'll add it in. I use mango butter also. I really like the way it feels. It's just the cocoa butter just soaks in a little bit better to the skin. So we're going to use it for the lotion. But if you've watched my lip balm video, I use my mango butter in my lip balm. That's 55. Before I started this, I cleaned all my equipment with rubbing alcohol. I spritzed it down and cleaned it. Anytime you're making anything that has water in it, you want to be clean really thoroughly. So the next thing I'm going to add is my cetyl alcohol. People are nervous about cetyl alcohol because they hear the word alcohol and think it can be abrasive or drying to the skin. But this is actually a wax. This is just going to help it smooth out better on the skin. And so I need 11 grams. I'm going to do the same thing because I don't want to get too far off. So I'm going to measure it on the scale first. That's 12. That'll work. So we're going to put that. So these are all of my oil ingredients for my oil phase. So I'm going to go ahead and set them back here on the double boiler and let it start to melt. Now while that's melting, I'll go ahead and get my water phase. Now I cleaned this with rubbing alcohol. I don't for everything, but for lotion, you want to make sure that everything's really clean. And you want to make sure you use the Optiphen if you want it to give it its gifts or to have it last. It'll last a lot longer with a preservative. So on the water phase, I need 309 grams. There, 309 on the money. And to that, we're going to add the glycerin. And like I said, you can make the lotion without the glycerin if you don't have it. And it needs 9 grams, so we'll go up to 318. All right, there, 318. So I am going to go ahead and heat my water and glycerin in the microwave while my waxes heat up. So you can see my oil phase has got completely melted. I'm going to take the temperature on that, and it's 158. I'm going to take the temperature on my water. It's 132. I'm going to warm my water up to where it's closer to the same temperature. You want the temperatures to be close. The first time I did this, I didn't realize the part about the water needing to be warm, and I poured the oil phase straight into the cold water, and it just made a lump at the bottom. And I was so disappointed, but that's how I learned. All right, we're 154, 153 in here, and we're 154. So our temperatures are close. This is fully melted. That's what we want. So what we're going to do is scoot the burner back, and we're going to pour our oil into our water phase. Now for this, you're going to need a stick blender. So I've got one here. Let me get the head put on it. And what we're going to do is pour, let me turn the burner off. We'll pour the oil phase into the water phase while stirring. You can see it'll turn white right away. And after you've stirred it a little bit, then you can take your stick blender you can see it's thin like milk. So let's try it in a larger bowl. Now this will thicken as it cools because it's still really hot. Now we can't add the Optiphen to this till it gets below 140. So I'm showing it's at 101 degrees right now. So it's safe to add the Optiphen. And I need 1/2 of an ounce. So I want to get that stirred up. So I'm going to let it cool a little bit, and then I'm going to put it in bottles. It's got a little frothy on top. I didn't want to get air into it. Most of it doesn't have air in it. Most of it is nice and liquid. But there is a little froth on top. And you don't want to beat it so long that it gets too much in it. Let's see what the temperature of it is. It's showing 109. So it's still pretty warm. I think I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the bottles. Now it's the time to add your fragrance or your colorants, or if you want to add anything like that. You can see the foam on top of it. I just ran my mixer a little bit too long. For my husband, he doesn't like these bottles. I do his in 8-ounce tubs with lids. I'll show you how thick it gets. I know it looks thin right now, but it won't be thin once it cools off. So that's how you make lotion at home. And it's a very simple process. You do have to buy a couple ingredients that you normally don't carry, but they'll last you forever. That's a great alternative to buying lotion in the store. Plus, you get a lot better product because this lotion is a lot better than the lotion you can buy in the store. I wanted to show you the thickness of the lotion when it's completely cool. As you can see, it's nice and thick, and it does thicken up in the bottles or in the tubs you put it in. From this point, you can add fragrances or essential oils or anything basically that's skin safe. Thank you for watching. Here I wanted you to see how the lotion thickens once it's cool. At this point, you have a base lotion that you can add any fragrance or essential oil or whatever is skin safe. You can add it here. You can also add things to color the lotion, so you can just play with it from here and make it your own. Thank you for watching.